Hello and welcome to Trains in Viatic, and we're back on Thumper Road today. First of all, I'll admit that I've managed to break another street light. I've managed to knock it off, so that's a bit of a downer. But in last week's episode on this board, I was talking about the electrical, and we got these 2 points. But I skipped over the point decoder. So today we're going to be looking at the point decoder that I use on this board, how to set it up, what it is, and why I chose it. So let's start the title. This is the point decoder I use for running this little layout. It's a Digitrax DS53. I use quite a lot of Digitrax equipment, so it looked quite basic, but let's zoom in. There are some quite interesting features. So, first of all, you can see there's that humongous capacitor. This allows the decoder to throw very large point decoders, as you need a good amount of oomph to actually change some point motors. Next one we have is just here. This is a very important switch. This allows you to change which type of points this runs. So you can either have the big clunky point motors, the solenoid point motors, or by taking that off and putting that on those 2 pins, like so. That can now operate slow action point motors and slow action point motors. So that means instead of going click click, it just gradually turns like that. So I'll put that back to what it should be. So on the edge you have got your point 1 there, point 2 there. Let me just double check that. So point 1 at the top, point 2 at the bottom. Then you have these 2 black and blue wires, which are the DCC signal. So this isn't LocoNet, this is just DCC, but it will work with any DCC system that have accessory output. So that's just about all I know on the market, apart from the very, very basic Batman system. But for dynamic, it will have no problem with. So that's those bits. So let's say it's time to program your decoder. How do you go about it? First of all, turn off your trap power. Second of all, you take this little jumper here and put it across those 2. So we have now changed the position. So for program jump per se, determine whether the DS52 is in programming mode or operating mode. To program the address for the DS52, the program jumper must be set to the close position, which is linking the two together. So now we have sorted out that is in the programming position. To program this decoder up is really easy. You choose your address, your accessory address, and then send a throw or close command, which could be a or B command, or a open close command, or a switch straight through command, whatever your system is based on. You send that command for the first address, then you send for a command for the second address, and then you go and take your thing off and put it in the other position. So this is now set up for whatever address you have sent it. If you want it to be two consecutive addresses, you send the first address, and then after 16 seconds it will set it as a second address. So once you've got that done, you turn off your track power, and then you adjust this back to that position. Now you turn on your power, and this unit will take whichever address you have sent. So what's the pros and cons with this? Pros: 1 wire in, 6 wires out. If you just have 2 points, it's perfect. It has a capacitor discharge unit, which is always a good option. It's small, and it has 4 mounting points. I have hot glued it in position. It's come from a good manufacturer, and it's easy to program up. What's the cons? You can only control 2-point outputs with it. So if you have a large junction, you can't control that. If you have more than 2 points, you can't control that without buying additional units. Another con is it doesn't have low connect, which for most systems is fine. But sometimes you want to use low connect because you can still control that on Digitrax systems when the track power is off. Third con, which is quite common with a lot of decoders, is you've got open components which little fingers could touch. So it's good for the correct use. So for this layout, it's absolutely perfect. For my main layout, it wouldn't be any use to me. So it's all about getting the correct products for your use case. So let's put the layout back in its correct orientation, and then we can finish this video. Thank you for watching. Wednesday video is going to be early this week. It's going to be at 7 o'clock. And we're going to be going off our normal build to build another build. So thank you everybody for watching. Remember to like, subscribe and comment. If you're not sure which DCC decoder to go for, ask your local model shop or one of the DCC specialists about. And I'll see you all on Wednesday at 7 o'clock for my live stream. Thank you very much, Richard.